I felt like Morocco was home away from home. A lot of them mentioned, oh, Haile Gebrselassie, oh my God, come, hug me. They were hugging me like they met Haile. I was overwhelmed.
You came up with this excellent idea.
The only person within my 4-day experience who knew that the birthplace of the coffee is Ethiopia is one lady.
Some kind of a cultural festival that unifies the whole country, and not only just us, but also the rest of the continent.
The music similarity.
They looked so much like us that I think there were two people that we thought were Ethiopians, and they were like, no, we're Moroccan.
Let's support the art community. Let's bring Africa together.
We have to, first of all, say thank you to the one organization that believed in what I was trying to do and sponsored it and actually sent me to Morocco with you, to thank Dashen Bank for allowing me to go and be able to record, interview, experience such an amazing festival. And the other person I would like to thank is also yourself. I would like to say thank you, and also in facilitating with Ibrahim, with Visa for Music, for us to be able to attend this festival. Thank you again.
Thank you so much. With the Morocco, it's surprising. In 2019, in May, I was a panelist at the African Union on the World Press Freedom Day conference that Ethiopia held. And I represented Ethiopian artists, female, and I was a panelist, and he was sitting right next to me. And we greeted each other, and after exchanging greetings, he told me, oh, I'm from Morocco. I said, what? I love your country. I want to visit. He said, really? Yes, here's my card. I organized this event. It's happening in November. If you're interested, please come. And that was in May 2019. And in November, he kept his promise, and I went for the first time. And my visual art took me to the music world in Morocco.
Beautiful. So I would like to know your first experience, because as you know, I'm still bubbling in my first experience. So I would like to know your first experience, and through both of our experiences, what I want out of this is to really show Ethiopia what Ethiopia is missing. Whether it's the country doing what they're doing, or the musicians or the artists going abroad and actually going through all these amazing things that are going around, and opening the door for maybe one or two people that would be like, oh my God, next year I gotta go.
Yeah.
It's possible.
It is. When he promised me in May, I didn't think that it was going to happen. So I took my time applying. No matter what, without the application, they accepted me. And I went as a professional, and I joined. And the trip, the excitement started from here. Oh, I'm going to Morocco. I'm my dream country. Because when I envision Morocco, it's all about art, the walls. That was my keen interest in Morocco when I left. And when I went there, the people surprised me. I felt like Morocco was home away from home. From the airport till I find Ibrahim, everybody was happy to see me. They were embracing me, and there was something nice about my country. And from the things that they know, a lot of them mentioned, oh, Haile Gebrselassie, oh my God, come, hug me. And they were hugging me like they found or they met Haile. And some of them mentioned our last king, King Haile Selassie the First. And also, surprisingly, Yidnaqaቸው ተሰማ. And I was overwhelmed. I almost cried. And It was a very, very nice experience. I found a Moroccan mother in between who embraced me, loved me, and claimed that whenever I go to Morocco, her house will be open for me. I have cousins, a lot of them. I don't know how to mention it. I have a family in Morocco. Gifts, appreciation, love. And when the music started, luckily, the day I arrived, it was the day that the music festival began. So there was from a reunion island, there were a parade, and there were dush, dush. I was, oh my God, where am I? Am I still in this planet? Because I'm in Africa. I didn't expect this advanced technology, advanced transportation system, respecting time, and the people respecting tourists, respecting and hosting a lot of them, and giving opportunity. When I finished with that experience, and then I saw the Gnawa players. And then there was this musician that, oh my God, where am I? It was interesting and very, very much connected. I wish a lot of us go there to see the connection between us, the way we eat, the way we respect one another, the music similarity. The color similarity, the hair similar, what a lot of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because that was another experience that I had, is that as much love as they had for Ethiopians, they looked so much like us that I think there were two people that we thought were Ethiopians, and they were like, no, we're Moroccan. We were like, no, you're not, you're Ethiopian. So that is a nice experience. But the other experience was the music, as you said, being there for 4 days, and from the beginning, let's say from 9 a.m. all the way till past midnight, there's like something going on throughout the city. And that was the other amazing thing, because now I'm coming back to Ethiopia. As a country, how important it is to have some kind of a cultural festival that unifies the whole country, and not only just us, but also the rest of the continent, and even beyond.
Sure.
Because they had Italians, they had Spanish people. I mean, who didn't they have? They had them all.
They always have Koreans.
You see? Yes, they did.
Yes.
They were actually our neighbors.
Yes.
They were.
Yeah. The other fascinating thing I would like the audience to know is how the youth is so inspired and looking forward to this kind of events in their country, and enlightened. When on my first visit, I went to visit as an art curator. That's the first thing that I did was go to the museum, see an art exhibition, and I did. And it was about the history of Islam in Africa. Ethiopia was represented by a photographer, Yesh Salem, if I'm not mistaken. Her photographs were exhibited as well of her. I remember when I was about to enter, the security said, hold on. And I was like, why is he asking me to hold on? And there were hundreds of students with their teacher getting inside. Oh. So he was asking us to hold on to let the new generation to see what the museum is exhibiting. And I was like, I will hold on. I'm enjoying this, because see how they start or they begin their education system. It's a school day, no matter, the kids came with their teachers, they go around, 3 floors of artworks and history, they got their lesson, and there was an agenda to write their names and what they have seen, how they have perceived it, what is more to add. And they were respecting every individual, and they were nurturing their next generation. So even their education system and the young, everybody embraced. Now it's not surprising for me when I go again and again, exactly, because I've seen how they nurture and they grow their generation. So I envy Morocco.
Yeah, I do too. That's the first thing I actually also said, but I truly do envy them.
We're going on a parallel line, how they understand the meaning of foreigners coming to their country, showing how similar to other countries. This Visa for Music participants come from 50 countries, mostly from Africa and Middle East, of course, from everywhere. And how the tourism minister understands the value of us going there. How many people do benefit from these events? You know,
the whole city,
the whole city,
I mean, the whole country, because some of us actually even ventured out.
Yes,
you know what I mean.
And we want to go there again. Yeah. That also, and the taxi drivers, call it whatever, they make money, and this is not the only festival. This is one of the 50 festivals that they host.
One of the things that I had said was that I'm jealous of, because like you said, this is not, they're the only one. They have more, but the cultural festivals that they have is more than one.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So what I learned from them is they love and they nurture their culture. Sure. Their tradition. And at this point, when you come to Visa for Music, even though Visa for Music is not like a traditional festival, it also includes them. So you get to see what Morocco also has. So that inspires you to come back for the traditional side of their festivals.
Yes, there are also booths stands that you can go through and then talk to and have a knowledge of those festivals as well. How do I get accreditation? When is it happening? How can I come? to these events, there are so many informations that you get as well, and they teach you. And the beautiful thing that I've seen with the young Moroccans also is they're eager to learn. They want to know more, and they know a lot about Ethiopia. That's what really made me fall in love with their country.
So visa for music took 4 days. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. So just to give like an idea of the flow of what happened. Now, we can talk about our experiences, and which is what I would want them to know, because we experienced certain things. So day 1, we went there. So after we went there, we went into our booth. So just to tell the audience, one of the things that we thought was very important to introduce or to take to Morocco and to introduce was coffee. And it was something the three of us knew how to make, how to do. Outside of my interviews, the two ladies, which was one was Edom and one was Qedis, they were making the coffees and introducing coffee to the world, really. It wasn't only Moroccans.
Yes, yes.
So, you know, so the coffee. So you came up with this excellent idea.
Thank you, Katsu.
Yeah, you did. And I congratulate you on that, because as Ibrahim said, it was a busy booth.
Yes, it was.
It was a busy booth, and it was the incense and the coffee that brought a lot of the people, not to mention the music that we were playing too. So in your own words, I want you to go through the 4 days that we went through, just to give your experience, because what we want is for next year to excite people to want to come, whether it's Ethiopians or other Africans.
Number one, from the beginning, I respect the women that make coffee with nubunat atu now more, because I thought making coffee was easy. Was not. There were so many. And then for maximum I do at home is brew the coffee for 4 or 5 people. When it's for 60, 100 people, another story.
The whole day, actually.
Yes. And The other thing that I learned from this experience is we, all Ethiopians, have to do a lot to promote our country. Because the only person within my 4-day experience brewing coffee and serving coffee who knew that the birthplace of the coffee is Ethiopia is one lady. The rest were, asking us and then really learning, sitting and learning that information from us. That made me happy because it makes me very busy serving coffee, and then sometimes it takes time to brew it, so it's okay for me. But I was surprised. And the other surprising thing is how much they love incense, but they love it so much. And so day one, we start in the morning, coffee brewing, and then
Basically
serving the whole day and serving. But in between, a lot of musicians would like to come at least once in their life to Ethiopia. I remember one producer came to me and he said, "You know what, Edom? If I don't come to Ethiopia, if something happens to me, it's on you." And a lot of them would like to come and grace us with their presence. And they would like to perform with us here in Ethiopia. They would like to showcase and find our unity and commonality in that sense. And it's a very interesting lineup. So we're here in Ethiopian booths. The next is the Koreans. So Koreans, they know more about the country. They love Ethiopia. They respect our Ethiopians. So they come and they say, "Coffee, please." And he comes and he sits like this. And when I say, "Get up, no problem." But he was showing us how much the respect that they have for us. So I can only talk about this because I was so much engaged in the coffee making the whole day, but there are other booths that have a lot of things to explore and see. The musicians. And even the jam sessions. Ooh, the jam sessions, oh my God. That's one of the things that I would like my Ethiopian musicians to go there to experience, because a talent from Korea comes, and then a talent from Burkina Faso, here from South Africa. They go together and they somehow connect with one another, and the music that they make at that moment, it's not going to be repeated because it's not well written or studied. It's just for that moment only. Unless you capture it with your camera, you won't or record it, you won't experience it again.
I hope so too. But to close off with having to go see over 40 concerts in 3 days from morning to night.
Yes.
It's as exciting and as challenging as it is, it's very hard. Because we saw it, and only because we were also working, that's why it became a challenge for us. But I knew people that jumped from one to the other, and the fact that they were in close proximity also helped.
Yes.
So what I want to say over here is, Edom, me and you have also met in doing events and others. What do you think going forward for Ethiopia, for event organizers, here and abroad? What do you think is the key thing for an event organizer to be able, it might be a hard question for you because we're in the same struggle, but from observing and from also getting to talk to Ibrahim, because you've known him for about 4 or 5 years, what do you think our challenge is, and how can we overcome that challenge and be another, like we are what? Africa, we are the house of AU. You know what I mean? And we don't have like a festival that we have every year. Even the ones that used to are no longer happening. So going forward, how do you think, as event organizers, how do you think we should overcome our challenges? Or are we even able to overcome these challenges? Because flight is also another issue, by the way. We haven't touched that one.
I know. But honestly speaking, I think we need to know our audiences. One thing I understand from my Moroccan experiences, in each venue, in each concert, the Moroccans know the artist, dance with the music, clap when they need to, when they need to.
Yeah, they're very engaged.
They're very engaged. Why? Because they are well exposed to this kind of events. We need to start with that. I don't think Ethiopia only or can only entertain Afrobeat. We're more than that.
We're beyond that, yes.
And I'm sure if we give our audiences that what, our cultural shows and events going around culture, they will definitely be engaged like the Moroccan youth. But are we giving them the chance? I don't think so. That's one. Two, who are the sponsors of these big events? Because with I wish I had the catalog of the Visa for Music. Hundreds of companies sponsor, and none of them are beverage companies. It's the beverage company that sponsors our event and that dictates where we go or what kind of music or entertainment that we bring. So the moment the other companies, the private entities, believe and see what we see and engage themselves with us, I think that's one of the way that we could change this, because it was not a money-making venture right away for the company or for the Moroccan. It's one, education. Number two, the money making. None of us were paying for this for the concerts, but it was well organized. The sound is amazing. The lighting is impeccable. The venues are 4 or 5. Everything was set there, but sponsored by non-beverage companies. That is something that I have noticed.
Well, that could also be because, it is a Muslim country. So I don't know if the beverages, could they even do something like that? Because I noticed a lot of places they don't even have drinks unless they were in the hotels. Or do they even serve liquor?
That too. But the question is, Gazuye, it's not about them being Muslim or not, or sponsored by a beverage company or not. It's something that, what does the beverage company want?
What are they getting out of it?
What are they getting out of it? When I promote this to the producers, to the artists that would like to come to Ethiopia and be part of the Ethiopian community, and the way they insist, the first thing I say to them is, what kind of audiences do you want? How many audiences are you looking for? Because if you're looking for 200 audiences, I'm available for you. But there is always a but. But you have to pay for your ticket. There is no accommodation. There is no this. There is no this, because no one will support me unless they get certain X amount of money. That is the issue. If hotels are allowing us and giving us an opportunity to host this amazing musicians, if our giant entities support us with X and Y, these people they came to come. They want to share what they have. They believe that they're from Ethiopia. They know that the human cradle exists here. They know about the African Union. They know about Adwa. They have vast knowledge about. And for them, coming to Ethiopia is like coming to Zion. All of them, Muslim, Christian, doesn't matter. But are we giving them the opportunity? And are we doubting the audiences as well? I don't think there is an audience. Let's not think in millions. Let's think in hundreds. Small, yeah.
You have to start small.
And let's our business entities think corporate social responsibility is not always this and that. Every big companies, the social corporate responsibility, what they think and what they do, they don't consider art and culture as a social corporate. It is, because in culture, art and culture is a pillar to one society. And it can be incorporated in their corporate social responsibility. It doesn't always have to be certain things that they always do. And that's what my message is. Art and culture is also a social corporate responsibility. Let's support the arts community. Let's bring Africa together. This is how we can bring Africa together.
Ibrahim was the cultural minister at some point.
By the way, he's seen what kind of change that he can bring with the economy. Because 3 of us together, how much money did we spend? Exactly. For 4 days, times 50. Times hundreds, because 50...
Technically over 1 million people are supposed
1 million
to be,
people were
exactly,
there.
So
if 1 million people were there and spend money, the economy, we just need to see in a different direction, I think.
So too. I think so too. So Edom, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you so much.
Morocco was great.
Thank
I
you.
thank you. I thank Dashen Bank for giving us this opportunity. Thank you again to my audience, to my listeners, to my lookers.
Thank you.
This is your Pan-African show called Afreeqa, and your host Qetselawork. Thank you again.